everyone, it's Nancy. Hope you're all doing well. I have a couple of projects. We're still working on the ocean spray folio, but I just want to make some ephemera, and I'm really excited to show you this cute piece that I thought, in case you need something fun for this coming weekend for Mother's Day, that's really quick and easy to do and something different. In the kit, in Amy's kit, there's many pages, and this page here is it says pockets on it. So this comes from here, right? And I just love this. I like these, and I love that this is reminiscent of a little coin purse. And this one could even be a pretty coin purse too, but this one, I'm like, oh man, I love that, right? And I was thinking about it, I'm like, how I want to make it into a faux coin purse to hold stuff. And I thought, oh yeah, we could do this. So I want to just show you this project because it's super quick and easy to do. And anyway, so you would print yourself, and I printed this just on my cardstock that I can stick in my printer. It's like, I don't know, what is this? I don't even know. I get it at Hobby Lobby. It's the white heavy duty cardstock. It goes through my printer, but use what you can do, and you'll print two because you want to cut out two of these here, okay? So then you need, so once I cut them out, I laid it on a piece of file folder, and I traced around the oval. And when I cut it out, and I marked bottom and top, when I traced it with a pencil on the file folder to make myself a template, and then I cut it out inside the line that I drew, because you want it to be smaller. You see how this is smaller, and it's like not perfect. I can't get it perfect, right? But I just need it to be smaller, so that you can see in the camera it's just slightly smaller. Just make sure you might write top T and B for top and bottom. Okay, so you have two of these cut out, and you made yourself a template that's smaller than the oval itself, right? And then I take 3 book pages, doesn't matter, just 3. I have 3 here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold them in half like that. And I just want to pick a book page that I know I can trace on my template here. Okay, so then what I'm going to do, since I have a B for bottom, and here's the fold of all the pages, I'm going to utilize that and kind of just put the B like up to that fold there. And I'm just going to take my pencil, and I'm just going to trace around this here like this. So I want to keep that fold, right? So then once I do that, and you probably can't see my pencil line, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the fold, and I am just, here, maybe I should make this darker for you. So here's my line to the bottom, more or less, okay? So there you can see where it kind of meets here, something like that. And it's not even, but it's okay. So you can see I started drawing the line, but you kept the fold here, okay? That's going to help. So then what I did was I just held these together, and I'm not going to cut that fold off, but I'm going to start here, and I'm going to cut, probably should use my bigger scissors. I'm just going to hold these 3. Well, now you're cutting through 6, but that's okay. I'm going to cut this out like this, right? And I'm coming around, and I'm just going to kind of cut it to here, okay? All right, so now you can see that these are stuck together, and then you have, obviously that's the bottom, so you have 3 of these, right? 3 of them, right? 3, okay? So then I still want them to be closed up a little. So I am going to just take my glue, and I am just going to put glue from the bottom here. If my glue's gonna work, is it gonna work? No? Okay. Of course it, why would it? Why would it work? It'll work when I'm not doing a video, but anyway, whatever. So I'm on each of these, and you can see they're uneven. You can even it up, whatever. You just want it to be smaller than your purse part. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and just go up about, I would say, 1.5 inches on both sides from, you see, can you see that? Just something like that. You don't want to go up any further, but I'm going to do that and then fold it on itself and just do that on all 3 of these pages here, okay? All right, so then once you do that, you're going to take your glue stick. Oops, sorry for that. I just dropped something here. Okay, so then take your glue stick, and we've done these book page accordion ephemera holders all the time, right? So you're going to take your glue stick and run it up the middle one time, just a line, and you're going to line this next one up, and you're going to stick that on. And now, see, I didn't glue, but you want to glue these, like I said, all 3, right? So I guess I should demonstrate that. About 1.5 inches on both sides. Seems to work. Okay, great. And then you're going to take your next one, and I just run one line of glue up there. I'm going to stick this next one on there and just line them up. And I told you to do this before, but I guess I'm doing it now. So about 1.5 inches, I say, on both sides seems to be okay. All right, so we have that, right? Let that dry for a second. So then obviously, we have, once we do that, you have, oopsie, now I didn't let it dry. So you got to let this dry. So you want to glue it, but you want to pull it right away. We always do that, right? So let it dry for a second. Okay, then while I'm letting that dry, what you want to do is you have 2 of these, right? So you're going to take one, you're going to run the glue here, and you're going to glue one of these right there. And then you can look at it, turn it over, and make sure you're inside your form. Now, if you need to trim a little, I would make sure the bottom's fine, but I could trim a little bit off of here. It's no big deal, because you're going to glue, like I said, you're going to put your glue right, this right here, glue that one, and you're going to turn it over, make sure it's inside your purse, and then you're going to take the glue here and put the other one on top, okay? Let it dry. But then look, you have a little purse ephemera holder for 3 pockets. And I thought, if I had a little tiny magnet, wouldn't it be fun to put a magnet there so it will keep it closed? But really, it's not opening. It's so cute. But look, you can open it, and it's like a little 3-pocket ephemera holder. And it does fit credit card in there. So you could put 3 credit cards in for a gift. And you don't even have to do it for Mother's Day. Wouldn't that be pretty to give somebody as a birthday gift or something? You could put 3 little cards in there, or you can put 1 card and a note and money or whatever. But I made it where there's 3. I don't think we need to make it any bigger. I think 3 is perfect. But isn't that cute? We could put the shells, whatever ephemera we don't use, we can put that in there and have it in there. Oh my gosh, I thought it was so cute. I was determined to make a little clutch purse out of that. So, I mean, super easy. I think I explained it okay. Let me know if you have any questions, But I was so excited to do this. So I wanted to show you this right away, because I just thought, oh yeah, this is super cute. But if you have one of those tiny magnets, that would keep it like that. But otherwise, like I said, it's not You know, it's not flopping open or nothing. Really, it's fine. I mean, obviously, if you do that, but how cute is that? So, okay. I know. I'm just like so excited about that. Anyway, this real cute, easy piece. And I think you could do the same with this one too. You would just cut yourself it would be like not as wide of a pocket, but it might be a little, you know, different. But I think you could do it with this one. And you could even make a tiny ephemera holder with this, because that would be an easy pocket to make. And you could do that too. But this is the one I really wanted to do. So just a little cutesy, you know, cutesy little purse idea there. And we can keep that in the folio as a ephemera holder, or just tie it to the top, which is, I might just do that. So, okay, I wanted to show you that. The other piece of ephemera is I wanted to make some postcards, some faux postcards. And these are some images from the kit. I had trimmed around this. I wanted it to be close. I wanted it to be the, like, you know, like these are square. These were like square pieces in the kit, but I trimmed them. Like I just wanted the little frame part of this image. And same with this, I just trimmed around it roughly real quick, because I wanted to make a couple postcards, because I figured, oh, you know, it's a travel journal, going to the beach, going to the lake or whatever. And I thought a couple faux postcards would be fun. So I was thinking, like I usually say, if you have stamps, like I said, I used to be Stampin' Up. If you have stamps, if you have die cuts, embossing folders, things like that, that you don't kind of forget about, that you don't use. I'm trying to make myself aware of things that I have, because I don't do that anymore, but I have accumulated many things for being with Stampin' Up for 10 years. I have quite a bit of stuff. So I'm trying to remember what I have and utilize it. And I remembered I had this beautiful embossing folder. Now, it's probably hard to see on the camera, but can you see the design in there? It's all shells and seaweed. They don't have this anymore. It's been around for years, but it's beautiful. And I thought, I'm gonna make some postcards. So, I mean, you could probably find like a shell embossing folder out there, maybe an anchor embossing folder, wave embossing folder, anything like that, a fish embossing folder. I mean, you might have something already. So what I did was I took manila folder, 4x6, I cut it, and I embossed the manila folder. Now, is that gorgeous or what? I love that. So I made two. This is just with manila folder, the same, same as I've been using. And then on the back, since it's embossed, you wouldn't be able to write on the back, but I glued some coffee dyed paper on the back, okay? So I'm gonna, and I've done a video before how you can make the postcard part. So I'm gonna show you my idea. So I embossed it, glued a piece of coffee dyed paper on here. Okay, so now we're gonna make it look like a postcard. Okay, so to do that for me, I have the Tim Holtz postcards. It's just called postcards, and it has all these, and I think I got this on Amazon. As you can see the sticker here, I think I've had it for a while, but I'm sure this probably is still available. They have all different kinds. So I'm going to pick one to put here to stamp, and then I forgot, okay, I better get my vintage photo out, I think, if I can. Let me get my ink out here if I can. Oops, sorry, moving the camera. Sorry about that. You know, everything is condensed on my desk here, and I'm trying to, I didn't get that out in time, so let me get my ink. Okay, all right, got my ink ready here. So I want to use one of these. Maybe I'll try this one here. This looks kind of cute, that one. So let's see. I'll get that one out. Okay, and then I'm not even going to use a block. I'm just going to stamp it there. If I remember how to do this, I re-inked my vintage photo pad here is in pretty bad shape. It's been used many, I think, you know, it's like probably time for a new one, I betcha. So I'm going to try to not use a block because I'm lazy to reach over and get it. Just trying to get ink on here. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to make this my top, and I'm going to stamp this like kind of here in the middle, which is really not middle because whatever, it's fine, right? Oh, see? Too much pressure, but that's okay. It is what it is. I did that. That's what I get for not... This is just a chamois that I clean my stamps on. Okay, so I'll try to... Oh, dear. You know, cut corners, and then that's what you get. Okay, so try not to press so hard on it. Use an acrylic block. Don't be lazy like I am. Although, okay, so let's see. All right, I'm going to try again. See if I don't press too hard here. Okay, oops, I had it upside down. Good thing I looked at it. I'll try it again. Won't press so hard. Try not to. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So then, let me put that over here, so I'll clean it. Then to make it look like a postcard, I have a brown ink pen. So I kind of look for the middle, and I just put my ruler here to make it look a true postcard. And I don't press hard to draw the line down the middle. I just kind of drag the pen. And I'm just lightly doing it, like I'm not pressing at all. I'm just letting some ink come down. See, so it's not a full line, right? So that, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it again on this one here. Just kind of drag the tip across to get some of a line on there. Like that, so that one's fine. And then, you know, I don't know what these lines are called, but you know how it has those lines, like short, and then there's a long and a couple shorts, and I don't know. You get that on your mail, right? What does anybody know what that is? I don't know what these are. There, so it kind of looks like a postcard, right? Super simple to do. I mean, you can even mail these postcards out, really. You could do that. You just put a real stamp on it, right? Okay. All right, so there's that. That's how I do that. So then, the other thing I have, this is also from Amazon. If you type in postage stamp frame cutting die, I mean, this is generic. There's no brand on here. I saw somebody else use it, and I just typed the word postage stamp die, and it came up. And what it is, it's all different stamps, but they're connected. I busted this one off on purpose because you could leave it whole, or you can just, you know, they're connected here, see? But if you just do that, it comes right off. So what I did was I just took this one, and it reminds me of, first I wanted to see that size stamp, like that would be cute. I like that. So I don't even know where these ideas come from, but I said, oh, you know how you can get postage stamps with your kids' pictures, or pictures, you can make your own with your dog on it or whatever, right? And I was looking at the photo page from the kit. Let me see if I have it here. You know, the page that has all the photos on it from the kit. And I took the two small ones here of the kids, and I said, I'm going to make the stamps from the kids. So I laid it on there and I just die cut those out. Now, if you don't have that, maybe you have the scissors with that edge, just cut them out that way. And I thought, how cute would that be with those stamps on there, right? But I want to, I have my vintage photo, but I don't have my dauber because I'm using it. So I'm going to just kind of hit the edges here first, but then we got to have like a number stamp or something. We have to make it really look like a stamp, right? Oh, okay. I thought, oh yeah, let's do that. Let me do that. So I kind of inked them up a little, and then you could write a number on there. You can print, and then I pulled out my other, this is field notes. That's what I have. I know he's got a postage collection one, but I don't have that one. And I thought, well, can I use this round one here? You know, like how they stamp it. Like, I don't care that it doesn't say, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how you stamp off. Let me get a piece of paper to stamp off here. Oh, and I said, to ink this kit, it's the tea dye. I thought the tea dye would look really nice instead of vintage photo. It's lighter. I like the tea dye color if you need, you know, if you're going to ink anything. That's why I couldn't remember. So let me just get these out. So I kind of went around the edge. I had the vintage photo out. It's fine. But it's like you want to, you know, like stamp it. I'm trying to see if I can get a little black here. Now I'm being, you know, whatever. We could do black on there because these are black, or maybe try the brown. I don't know. Let's just try it. I'll try it now that I got a black, one of these out. So I'm just going to haphazardly go off it. Like, you know how when they stamp it like that, you know, it kind of looks like a stamp, right? I'm just going to kind of do that. Okay, I like it. And to me, that resembles a stamp. I'm going to just clean this off really quick here. Let me put those in there, and then I'll clean it. So I did that, and I thought, well, let's put a stamp on it. So we got stamps ready, right? We got our postcards. But before we do that, on the front, even though it's so beautiful and I don't want to cover anything up, the whole reason was I cut these out, and I thought, ooh, even though that's why I cut them down, you know, to just frame it and got rid of the excess. And I just want to glue that on there because you could still see the design around there. And I thought, oh, that's a pretty, I like that. I really like how that looks. So I'm gonna glue that on. And you, like I said, you could actually write on these and mail them as a postcard, whatever, but not the faux stamp. Obviously, you'd have to pay real postage, but I don't even know what it costs for a postcard. I haven't sent a postcard out. That would be fun to send out, right? And I've heard gals say that you could put it in a clear plastic sleeve to send, and you can mail it. I'm going to ask my postal people, the ladies at the post office that I know. I'm going to have to ask them if that's true, and then I'll let you know next time I go to the post office. So I am going to just kind of center this because even though I'm covering most of that beautiful embossing up, it's okay because I still see there's seaweed. I can see there's shells, bubbles, things like that. I can still kind of see it, but I think it's pretty. I really like it. I didn't ink around the edge of these. You can do that too. I didn't. At least I don't think I did. No, I didn't. But it looks good on the manila folder. You don't have to use manila folder. But it kind of goes really well with the tea dye, you know, the color of the kit, the sand and all that. I kind of like it because it's not as dark as vintage photo. But personal preference, you know. That's okay. You use what you like. All right, now I'm going to put this one here. Oh, that's so pretty. Isn't that? I like it. Okay. Did I get glue on there? No. So then, that's pretty. I like those. Nice. So let's just pretend and put the faux stamp on. Let's glue these on the corners here. I'll just use this glue since it's going on a flat surface. And you could ink you could even write a fake message to whoever, and you know, whatever. Write it down, or just leave them blank. But I thought, and should I put it kind of askew a smidge, like, because sometimes we just don't put the stamps on even. That's so cute. I don't know, should I ink it? Let's see. I'll just do some with the tea dye. I might even have to. Yeah, we could do that. I don't mind it. Makes it a little more antique-y maybe looking. Vintagey, not antique-y. But how cute are these, huh? Okay, I'll do this one right away, and then we'll glue the stamp on. So I don't know, I just wanted to show you how to make at least a couple pieces here of ephemera that we can use. And then, okay, I didn't even think of doing this side. Let's try it. We could do a little. That's why I like the tea dye, because it's very subtle. Very subtle. But it gives something to it, right? I think these will be fun slipped into the folio. Okay, and then I gotta glue the stamp on this one here. I'm almost thinking, I know I didn't put a number, usually the amount, the stamp, what it's worth, but our stamps these days either don't have that, but I'm just gonna kind of put that there. And I think I'm okay with just the you know, the round one that we used. I don't think we need to put anything else on there. But so here's the postcards. I kind of like the stamp with the kids on it. It's kind of fun. Looks vintagey. And then here are the covers, the fronts of the postcards. I think they're really pretty. So, you know, look at the images in the kit and see if you have any embossing folder. If not, you can do a stamped background. But if you don't have embossing folder, maybe a stamped overall, like if you have a shell or a fish or something like that, you can do a stamped background and then cut these out and put them over that. So that's another alternative to a embossing folder. But we've got a couple postcards to stick in there, and this cute little purse, ephemera holder, whatever you want to do. So, all right, friends, I'll see you in the next video, and we're going to keep working on the folio, but wanted to get a couple pieces of ephemera done, okay? All right, friends, take care. Have a great weekend. Bye.